Greetings everyone, Kicking Life Guru Master Rich Grogan here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful weekend. Hey, we just finished rocking out an absolutely excellent demonstration at the Paint the Town Gold event. And the Paint the Town Gold is all about spreading awareness for childhood cancer research. What a great event, and wow, we knocked it out of the park. Our demo team was so awesome, so proud of them, but most importantly, it was so great to see all the people come out and support the event. So anyway, my message today is all about you get in life what you tolerate. And I have been plenty guilty on the other side of the fence here, meaning I have been plenty guilty of tolerating being disrespected. I've tolerated being bullied on more than one occasion. When I was a kid, believe it or not, I got bullied quite a bit. I mean, I was always a smaller person, and I was kind of an easy target simply because my parents, taught me that most parents do this. You teach your kids to be good, to be respectful, to share with others, to play with others, to be nice, and you're released to the real world and you find out that not everybody plays by those rules. And you're like, what the heck do I do now? And and that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest reason why we do everything we possibly can, because that is so dear to my heart. I know what it's like to be bullied, like I said, when I was a kid. And those mental scars, they stay there forever. The old sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's a bunch of garbage. It really is. I've had countless, I don't know how many broken bones and surgeries and everything else. I mean, we're talking double digits and then some, but those always heal. Here's the thing about the mental scars. The mental scars of being bullied, being ridiculed, put down, and made to feel inferior, that demolishes your confidence. Your confidence drops, and I tell you what, there's probably not a tougher battle than trying to reestablish, restore, and rebuild somebody's confidence. That's why we work so hard to solidify that foundation of confidence to continue building on it, because life is going to knock you down. That's why I talk about the right hook reality. Boom! As Rocky says, it's going to beat you to your knees and keep you there, and it does. And there's people in the world, kids, adults, that, you know what, I don't know why they're bullies. Maybe they've been bullied, but the fact of the matter is they're bullies. And we have to condition our kids to believe enough of themselves to stand up for themselves. Does that mean they need to go and knock every bully out? Well, you know what? Back when I was younger, sometimes we handled it that way. Ralphie from the Christmas Story, that's how he solved the problem, right? Now, I'm not condoning or suggesting to do that, but I am suggesting you stand up for yourself, to use your voice, even as an adult. And that's one of the biggest things we talk about with the kids here, developing that confidence and belief in themselves and not to tolerate that stuff. And I'm speaking this message to adults mostly. Well, share this with your kids. Share this with others who could benefit from this message. And it's all about believing in yourself. You're going to get in life what you tolerate. You tolerate being bullied, and I did. I tolerated for years upon years. I just let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. And and just, you know what, turn the other cheek, I'll just roll with the punches. And I did all those things, but I tell you what, it started chipping away at my confidence. Before I know it, I had zero confidence. I mean, none. And I tell you, it's hard to build, to strive, to build yourself back up when you've been flat and demolished. It really is. So it's all about, as I said, you get in life what you tolerate. You tolerate being disrespected, especially parents. If you allow your kids to disrespect you, you allow them to talk back to you, to say no when you ask them to do something, being rude, not making their bed, and just ruling the roost, so to speak. If they do that at 7 years old, whoo, can you imagine what it's going to be like at 16 years old? Well, here's the thing. Yes, it takes a little more time right now. Spend that time now. That's one of the best pieces of advice I can give any adult and any parent out there. Invest the time now, and I promise you'll collect the priceless, easy for me to say, priceless dividends later. By right now, spend those extra times. No means no. You say no, bang, it's no. Now you can talk to them and tell them why you said no. I never like that. No, why? Because the kids don't like that. Nobody likes that. You didn't like that. So don't do that to your kids. Spend the time with them, but let them know that you rule the roost. Because if you don't take control now, if you tolerate being disrespected now, the lid's off the can, so to speak, when they become teenagers. So you get in life what you tolerate. You tolerate being disrespected, as I did, you're going to be disrespected. You tolerate being bullied, as I did, you're going to be bullied. If you tolerate hanging around negative, unhappy people that wallow in self-pity and, oh, poor me, the world's such a horrible place, and oh, this and that, I'm telling you what, you're going to be drugged down to their level. You're going to be there with them. So don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Oftentimes, and I'm so guilty of this as well, and I'm all about helping other people. You've got to help other people in order to get what you want in life. That's the only true way to achieve success. But here's the deal. If in the process of helping others, you are disrespecting yourself, you are bringing yourself down. And if you're in no shape mentally, physically, and emotionally to help out others, then how are you going to do your very best job? And my mentor gets on to me all the time about that. I'm saying, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. He goes, that's great. Keep doing all those things, but make sure you take care of you first, because if you're not at 100%, how can you give 100% to everybody else? He said, in a sense, you're disrespecting others. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not doing it. He goes, you are, if you're not giving your best, but you've got to be your best in order to give your best to others. So it's a whole new way to look at things. But here's the thing about tolerating. If you tolerate negative people, planting garbage in your mind, making you feel bad about trying to be a better person, making you feel bad about trying to be successful, make you feel bad about wanting to help out others, oh, get away from that. Because what's going to happen is the weight of the many is going to pull you down. And I mentioned this in one of the last vlogs. When you're climbing that ladder of success, when you're striving for a better life, to live your best possible life, man, you want to drag as many people as you can with you. However, never ever take the one hand off the next ladder rung. That other hand, yeah, pick somebody else up. But once you take both hands off, that's going to pull you down. And not that you can't fight to get back up, but if you're pulled down to the abyss, it's going to take a while. So you get in life what you tolerate. And just to reiterate, I tolerated being disrespected. I tolerated being bullied, especially as a kid. And I'm 47 years old. Those mental scars are there today. I think back on those things. I took my Emmett, my youngest son's playing hockey now, and I loved hockey. Some of you know this. I played hockey at an extremely elite level. It was great. But I almost quit at 10 years old. And this is a personal story. I've only shared this with a few people, but I'm sharing this because if others have experienced, which I'm sure you have, maybe not with hockey, but with other venues in your life, maybe other sports or at work. I was 10 years old and I wanted to quit hockey. I was just going to quit, and nobody would have asked, why you want to quit? Why you want to quit? I've been playing since I was 4 years old. I just don't like it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore. I just don't want to like it. Well, I was making up excuses why I wanted to quit. The truth is, I was being bullied. I mean, bullied severely, but I was too embarrassed to tell anybody about it. Well, finally, thank goodness for a super great coach, and one of the dads kept pushing me. Richie, why do you want to quit? You love hockey. And I broke down crying and said, well, I don't want to play because I'm being bullied. And I was scared to be bullied because my dad was a tough guy, right? Yeah, you handle problems. Anybody bullies you, you knock them out, and this and that. And of course, my mom was on the other side. My mom was all about, oh, you try and find ways to work it out. So at the time, it was tough. Now I realize that they gave me the perfect balance of the yin and yang, right? The soft side, strong side, to try and resolve conflict. My dad was just about knocking people out. So I've had both of those growing up, and it's been good. And being a fighter, that was kind of the go-to for the longest time. But anyway, that's a whole nother podcast and a blog altogether, because that's what I've changed too. I developed that. You know what? Fine. You're going to dishonor me. We're going to dance. We're going to fight. Now, I'm not saying that's the best thing. I'm just being 100% honest. As a kid, I didn't understand that. But as I grew into a teenager and an adult, that was the way I handled things. And I'm not saying that's the best. I want other kids to find better ways. I just didn't understand or have better ways. So anyway, I wanted to quit playing hockey simply because I was being bullied. And I was too afraid to admit that to anybody. So I allowed that to go on, and I almost allowed these two knuckleheads, which I actually, one of them ended up having to get physical with, but it resulted, kind of Ralphie from the Christmas Story. And I would say we became good friends, but we were, he had respect for me then. Anyway, I'm sharing this with you because I almost gave up something I truly love because I was too afraid to tell someone else that I was being bullied. So parents, if this happened to you at work, share it, talk out. There's a difference between whining and complaining and also stating facts. And the way I tell the kids this, there's a difference between tattling, which is trying to get somebody in trouble, or reporting, trying to help somebody who is in trouble. You used to always say telling or tattling. I never understood the difference. There's no way kids understand the difference. But here's what I try and tell the kids. If you're tattling, that means you're just trying to get somebody in trouble. If you're reporting, it means you're trying to help somebody. So that parent, when I was 10 years old, 30-something, almost 40 years ago, they helped me. I didn't understand it, so I'm sharing this message with you. All right. So anyway, we have a lot of people on the line here. Thank you so very much. To wrap things up, you get in life what you tolerate. You tolerate being disrespected. I did it for years. I was disrespected. You tolerate being bullying. I did it for years. I was bullied. You tolerate hanging around negative people with negative influences and unhappy people or unhappy with everything. Before you know it, you're going to be unhappy. You're going to be negative. You're going to be just like them. As Jim Rohn says, you're a product, a percentage of the 4 to 5 people you surround yourself with the most. Surround yourself with the best possible people. Make a stand. I am no longer going to tolerate being disrespected. I am no longer going to tolerate being bullied. I'm no longer going to tolerate hanging around negative people that have negative influence on my mind. I want you to be your absolute very, very best. All right, everybody. Well, as you know, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I study and do as much research as I can, so when I present these live videos and blogs and my podcast, the Kickin' Life podcast, if you have not subscribed to that, please do so. Kickin' Life, Kickn Life podcast, and you can find it on your iPhone or Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get your podcast from. I do as much research as I can to bring you the best content because I know how sacred time is. And from the bottom of my heart, you spent time with me listening to this video. I want to give you absolutely everything I've got. Please share this with others who you think could benefit from this message. And how I end every blog, and I mean this sincerely, until we talk again, you get out there and do your best, and I promise you'll be your very best. Have a blessed day, everybody. God bless you. God bless your loved ones. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.